Hey, Shalom. Call Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah by Hashem Kakadash. That's all praise to Yahweh, who the word ignorantly calls God, by Hashem in the name of Yahweh Shah, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings be to all the arking that pushing this water, truth and sincerity, man. Shalom. And it's going to be another quick video, and Lord, when it's edifying, all right? So, as you see in the title of this article, it says UFO invasion of NATO war games revealed in Project Blue Book season finale, man. So, these elites, man, they know that the Lord is near, man. He finna come back, and they know how he's coming back, all right? Those so-called, what they label them as UFOs, they know that those are the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, all right? They know that the angels operate those vehicles, man. Those are the vehicles of the angels, man. And ultimately, they know what, the Lord, himself and the thousands of chariots, the many thousands of chariots that he's coming back with is going to do, man. Come back to the two things. They come back to, to deliver the elect, from the destruction of America and from some of these other countries as well. And they're coming back to, to destroy some of the wicked as well. Like when you read in 2 Ezra 13, the prophet Ezra, when he's seen, the chariot of the Lord, I guess you could say, he described it as, the biggest thing that he can, that he knew about, man, which is a mountain, man. And the mountain is a pretty big ass object, man. All right. That's why the scripture tells you in Revelations 1:7 that every eye shall see him, man. Because I seen a video, and I know you other brothers did as well. That chariot that NASA had caught, it was like 3 times bigger than the earth, man. That's why every eye is gonna see the Lord, man. You're gonna come in a big ass fathership with the tens and thousands of chariots, man. Right? And it told you in 2 Ezra 13 that, hey, the Lord, he gonna be commanding lasers or whatever, to come out and, and turn these people into dust, man. That's that concentrated fire, man. When it hits you, it's gonna, completely just, disintegrate you, man. All right? And, they got that, the whole concept of the movie War of the Worlds, man, from 2 Ezra 13. And some other scriptures as well, man. Right? Because when in the movie The War of the Worlds, man, the chariots, they were rising up out of the ground, which is that's not what's gonna happen, because they're gonna come from the spiritual realm. But yeah, in that movie, they was rising up out of the ground and they was zapping people, man, and turning them into dust, man. The dude, he was out there in the midst of it all, and everybody who was around was getting turned into dust, and he was just taking off and shit. And he got in the house and he was dusty than the motherfucker, man. That's how it's gonna be, man. A lot of people gonna get turned into dust, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right? I'm gonna try to get straight to the point in this article. It's a whole lot of shit in here, all right? I'll get into this right here. It says a silvery spherical object on September 13th, 1952. Several crew members on the Danish destroyer Willemoes saw something unusual, an unidentified object, triangular in shape, which moved at high speed toward the southeast, according to NICAP records. It glowed with a bluish light, and the destroyer's commander estimated its speed at more than 900 miles per hour, man. Right? And shit, the chariots of the Lord, they can go a whole lot faster than that, man. Because I seen a video of a missile that NASA had caught, if I'm not mistaken. It was going like, several thousands, miles per hour, man, faster than a motherfucker, right? And the chariot, it was just, flying by it like it was nothing, man. It was zapping it and was deactivating. So the chariots, they can go a whole lot faster than that. And they said it glowed with a bluish light. And some chariots, they do, they got different colors, man. Some of them have that white glare. Some of them got the blue. So on and so forth. It says more sightings took place over the next week. On September 20th, 1952. 3 officers with the Danish Air Force spotted a shiny disc with metallic appearance flying overhead and vanishing into the clouds. Also on that day, personnel, oh yeah, I want to make a point on that, man. It says a shiny disc with metallic appearance, man. And I heard one of the brothers, man, he was basically saying, hey, we're going to be seeing that. There's going to be, chariots actually showing themselves, full-on ships, man. You ain't going to see the glare. Hey, the ships, they're going to show themselves, the closer we get to the end, man. It says that traveled across the sky in that NICAP record show. A reporter named Wallace Litwin, who was on the aircraft carrier, described the UFO as resembling a white ping pong ball, a con, man. That's why some of the chariots that you see, when you look up and they show themselves, because the Lord, what he'll do, man, he'll show you a chariot, to increase your faith, man. I seen 5 chariots last night, if I'm not mistaken, all right? I've seen some of them that pop up and they have that white glare to them, right? Some of them are red. Hey, just what it is. But I can see where he got the whole concept of a white ping pong, ball resemblance, man. Because some of the chairs do look like, like they got that white glare on them. All right, it says Litwin allegedly captured photographs of the object that were reviewed by U.S. Navy intelligence officers, but the images have never been released to the public, according to NICAP. And there's a reason they don't want them, they don't want to release them to the, the public, man, because, you already know. And there's also another reason that they label, man, the angels, aliens and shit. They say the aliens operate those so-called UFOs and all that shit to deceive the people, man. Because they actually told the people that, the truth of it, hey, there'll be a whole lot more people believing, man, right? Which is really now a whole lot of people ain't, man, because a lot of people are already too far gone, man. Joking on the wine of America, it says, fear of the unknown, right? And truly Esau, he does fear fear the chariots of the Lord, man, because the scripture tells you in Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken, in the 5th chapter, that the chariots are a curse unto the world, man. You know what I'm saying? But to us, it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? To the hopeful elect, it's a blessing, man, because we know what they're coming back to do. Right? They're coming back to deliver the elect, man. It says, more recently, U.S. Navy pilots documented UFO sightings during training exercises in 2004 and 2015. Allegedly declassified video footage of fast-moving, unidentified aerial phenomena was published by the New York Times in December 2017 and in March 2018. While UFO sightings can be unsettling, a bigger threat may emerge from the uncertainty and fear that UFOs inspire, O'Leary told Live Science. During an operation such as Mainbrace, any unexplained aircraft sightings could have been interpreted as an attack by a hostile enemy, man. So Esau already know what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? They truly, you know what I'm saying? They fear, you know what I'm saying, when the Lord, they fear, you know what I'm saying, the second coming of the Lord, man, because the Lord ain't come back to do no plan. Right, scripture tells you in Isaiah 63 that, the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Lord, he's going to do a whole lot of killing, all right? That's it. Now I'm going to go and get to the scriptures. All right, because, hey, these chariots, the sighting of the chariots, man, that's a sign in the heavens, man. So, like, yeah. It's Luke 21:11. It says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from the heaven, man. And great signs. What are the great signs in the heavens, man? The chariots. Those are great signs in the heavens. Many other, man. Like you got the lunar eclipse, babe. But the point I want to make, man, was that those chariots are great signs in the heavens. All right. Within the year 2019, there were over 6,000 or 7,000 chariot sightings alone, man. All right, and there's really more than that, because the ones that us brothers see, it's a whole lot more, man. All right. So those are great signs in the heavens, man, and it's a sign that our redemption is near, man. All right, because every great deliverance, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord, every great deliverance that the Lord had on His people, the chariots there will be a sign. All right, Slakia. Let's go to verse 27 and verse 28. It says, and then after all these, different plagues that the Lord said He was going to send upon the earth, this is what it says. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Talking about a chariot, man, because chariots, they have code names in the scriptures, like, clouds, horses, rolls, what else? I think that's it, man. And it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Why look up, man? Because the chariots, they coming from, the sky, man, from the spiritual realm, right, from the heavens. From here, let's go to Revelations 1:7, man. So just like that big ass chariot, that NASA saw, man, hey, that could very well may be, the fathership of the Lord, man. It says, behold, He cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see Him, and they also which pierced Him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of Him. Even so, amen. Hey, calm, man. And it also proves that, reincarnation is real, man, because the Lord, the ones that pierced the Lord was over 2,000 years ago, man. Right? And it said when He comes back, they're going to see Him, meaning what? They have to be reincarnated back on earth, say, in order to see Him, man, because the Lord ain't came back yet, all right? And it says, behold, it coming with clouds, meaning, the chariots, man, because there's a scripture that tells you, that the chariots of the Lord are 20,000s, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, all right? And it says, and every eye shall see Him. Why is every eye going to see Him, man? Because of the big ass, fathership that the Lord is coming back in, man. All right? It's going to be big, man. All right? Let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. 29. Yeah, con. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. All right, going into those missiles. Because when the Lord comes back, hey, those missiles are going to be being shot over here to America. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together the elect from the four winds, from one end of the from one end of the heaven to the other. A con, man. So that's what the Lord coming back to do, man. Coming back to do two things: deliver the elect, man, from the four winds of the earth, right? Because we're scattered people, man. All right, due to slavery and due to us fleeing from Roman persecution, man. All right. So that's what he's coming back to do, man. To deliver the elect. You know what I'm saying? With the many chariots of the Lord. Let's go to Zechariah. Slakia. I think it's 5. Yeah, con. Zechariah 5 and 1. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Right? Talking about the chariot. It says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Come on, man. So, hey, the chariots of the Lord, man, they're cursing to the world, man. In particular, you know what I'm saying, the wicked, you heathen nations, man. Because Lord, hey, he ain't coming back to, you know what I'm saying, deliver the, you know what I'm saying, these heathens, man. On the elect, man. He's come back, you know what I'm saying, after he gathers the elect, man, he gonna be zapping the fuck out of you, you know what I'm saying, you wicked niggas and you heathens, man. All right, that's why it's gonna be a curse. All right, because they're gonna be helping out with the destruction. All right, and let's go to Isaiah. It's Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. Come, man. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Come, man. So the Lord gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, with the thousands of chariots, man. And he gonna send a whole lot of destruction to this place along with those nuclear missiles, man. All right. It says, for by fire and by his sword would the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. All right. So all you people that think that Lord come back, you know what I'm saying, to hug you and shit, it's not gonna be like that, man. If you're not on the Lord's right side, man, hey, he gonna destroy you, man. All right. Because the scripture tells you, hey, man, that let's go to Isaiah 63 to prove it. The day of vengeance is in the Lord's heart, man. I'm gonna get to the point that says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people. Matter of fact, I started one. It says, who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious, and his apparel is traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore are thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine? For their comments, Prophet Isaiah was asking the Lord, you know what I'm saying, basically, why is, you know what I'm saying, why is you know what I'm saying, your garment red, man? Why is you know what I'm saying, your clothes red? And it says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Hey, come, man. So back what I was saying, man, when the Lord come back, he gonna do so much goddamn killing that, hey, his clothes are gonna be stained in blood, man. That's so much clothes that's so much killing you gonna come out to do, man. And you gotta really think about it, man. For your clothes to be soaked in blood like that, man, you gotta be doing a whole lot of killing, man. And it says, for the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come, man. So you can best believe the Lord, hey, he thinking about it, man. He ready to come back, you know what I'm saying, to redeem his elect, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, and put that work in, man. All right. Because scripture tells you, you know what I'm saying, that 1,000 days or 1,000 years unto us is a day unto the Lord, man. Time is different in the spiritual realm, right? So it's literally only about two to about 3 days, you know what I'm saying, ago, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord got pierced, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord, he got that shit still fresh in his mind. He mad as hell, man. All right. The day of vengeance is in his heart, man. So he ready to come back and put that work in, man. And the year of my redeemed is come, man. All right. Let's go back to Isaiah 66 and let's go to 1. It says, thus said the Lord, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? And where is the place? Slack. Nah, this was the wrong scripture. Slack, I apologize. All right. Let's go to Isaiah. Not Isaiah, Slack, 2nd Ezra. All right. Because I was, letting you, or telling y'all about how the Lord, when he comes back, he going to be zapping people and shit. All right. It says, 2nd Ezra 13:3, it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right? The Lord come back, with the thousands of the heavens, man. I'm talking about the angels. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire come, man. So the Lord, he ain't got to press a button, to shoot those lasers at you, man. All he got to do is speak, and that shit gonna come out and hit you, man. All right? And it says, and after this, I'll be held, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Right, so like I was telling you, man, the prophet Ezra, man, he compared this chariot to the biggest thing that he knew about, which was a mountain back then, man. All right, that's how big that damn chariot that the Lord is coming back in. All right, and it says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Right, so Lord, he couldn't see, you know what I'm saying, the end of the chariot or anything like that, man. That's how big it was, dog. That's how big that chariot was, dog. This shit's crazy. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks of tempest. Like, come, man. So Lord, all you gotta do is say something and command it. And the chariot is gonna shoot out lasers, man. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with the violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And that's a fearful sight, man. Something that powerful, man, to, shoot something out and turn your ass into dust, man. Hey, it's crazy, man. That's where they got the whole concept of the movie The War of the Worlds, man. Chariots were shooting and zapping people, and niggas was turning into dust, man. All right, that's scriptural, man. I just read it to you, all right? So that's what the Lord gonna come back to do, man. After he gathered together the elect, man. He gonna be zapping you niggas and, hey, turn your ass into dust, all right? Let's go to Revelation 19:11. All right, because these elites, man, they know what the Lord come back to do, man. And it says, Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. Talking about the chariot, man. And white, it means, pure. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. It says, right, and that holy one, the one that was called faithful and true, is talking about Yahweh Shai. And he judge and make war. That's what he come back to do. Judge you niggas, and he gonna cause war with these heathen nations. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, right? Because the Lord coming back to take all these heathen nations out of rulership. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of Yahweh. Come on, man. So, word, that's how much, he's come back to kill. That's how much killing he's gonna come back to do, man. It says, in the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Right, talking about the angels. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. And he should rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness of wrath of Almighty Yahweh. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And it's the point right here I want to make. And I saw the beast, talking about the NATO and the EU, and the great, it's like in the kings of the earth and their armies, right? Talking about these other heathen nations that are, going to come together, man. Gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Come, man. Yeah, it's like it. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna come back. When the Lord comes back, they're gonna gather together and make war against him. All right. So that's pretty much all they had to bring out, man. Shalom.